Chinese smartphone maker Oppo and Vivo have started a selfie trend in the Indian market. Oppo recently announced Oppo F3 Plus at Rs 31,000 that offers you a dual selfie camera. And today the company is announcing Oppo F3 Selfie Expert, which also offers you a dual selfie camera but at a lower price point. I'm Rohit Roda from GizBot, and this is the unboxing and first impressions of Oppo F3 Selfie Expert. So in this video, we are going to talk about the smartphone specification. I'll also show you its camera interface and what kind of selfie it captures. So let's get started. So yes, this is the box of the Oppo F3 Selfie Expert. Here we have the specifications: a 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage, a fingerprint scanner, 16 plus 8 megapixel dual selfie camera with 120-degree wide angle lens. So it will give you some extra wide angle selfie shots. And here we have the Oppo F3 Selfie Expert smartphone. Let me show you what else we have in the package. Just like the Oppo F3 Plus, Oppo is also offering a transparent silicone case with Oppo F3 to protect your smartphone from accidental damages. And here we have the quick start guide and some important information documents. Besides, we have the micro USB charging cable, a pair of white color earphones, a standard pair of standard earphones that you get with Oppo F3 Plus and some recently launched Oppo smartphones, and a power adapter. So let me just show you how the smartphone looks, which you will definitely say that it's the same design. Oppo hasn't changed anything in the design of this smartphone, and it exactly looks like the Oppo F3 Plus. The only difference is that at the rear side there's no 6-string antenna lines, and here we have chrome lining at the top and one single chrome lining at the bottom. It was 3 lines at the top in Oppo F3 Plus and 3 at the bottom, but here we have a more minimal and pleasing smartphone rear panel. It's quite slippery. If you use this smartphone without the transparent silicone case, then you might it can easily fall down from your hands because it's quite slippery. But however, it's quite ergonomic and the button placement is quite right. Here we have the power button on the right side. Your thumb can actually reach this without any problem, and at the left side we have the volume rockers. Up top we have a microphone, and at the bottom we have one speaker unit, a micro USB charging port, a microphone, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. So the design is almost same. However, I would like to tell you that this is one of the lightest 5.5-inch Android smartphone I have used. It is quite light and ergonomic in everyday usage. And here we have the fingerprint scanner as well, which works really fast. It just doesn't waste any time to unlock the smartphone. As you can see, it quite fast in locking the other side, and you don't need to press the power button to wake up the screen and then touch the fingerprint scanner. You can just unlock the handset and touch your thumb on the scanner and it will unlock the handset. So it works really fast. Here we have a 5.5-inch Full HD screen, and which is very bright, but there's a problem with this display. Unlike the Oppo F3 Plus, which offers you a 6-inch Full HD display which was very vibrant, this screen somehow seems washed out. This is the second Oppo F3 handset I am using, and both the screens I have found that they are not very vibrant. The colors are not that punchy, and unlike the Oppo F3 Plus, which offered you really vibrant colors. So I have tried different wallpapers and almost all look same. The color somehow doesn't come out as vibrant as they was on the Oppo F3 Plus, but the touch response is good and screen also quite bright, so you can use the screen in outdoor conditions. Let me show you what we have in the about section of Oppo F3. So the smartphone offers you a 4GB of RAM, so you can multitask easily on this handset. Here we have 64GB of internal memory, and out of which you will get 52GB for actual usage. The smartphone runs on an octa-core MediaTek chipset. I am yet to evaluate its performance. I'll try some games on this smartphone to give you a final verdict of its performance, but the initial impression says that the smartphone works smooth. I'm using this handset from last 2 days and haven't noticed any performance issues with this smartphone. Unlike the 4000 mAh battery unit, Oppo F3 runs on a 3200 mAh battery unit, and I'm yet to find out whether the Oppo is offering the fast charging feature, because I guess Oppo is not offering the Oppo's proprietary fast charging technology with this handset. And The box says that the price is around 22,000. However, I am expecting it to be priced around 20,000 in the Indian market. So here's the front camera of this smartphone. Here we have a 16 plus 8 megapixel dual selfie camera. So one is for regular selfies and the other is for ultra wide selfies. Technically it offers you larger field of view, and technically that is twice larger view than a normal selfie camera can achieve in the market. And the 8 megapixel camera also has a 6p lens to reduce the image distortion when you click selfies. And let me show you what kind of selfies it captures. So I have taken some sample shots to give you an idea of how the camera works on this smartphone. So here we have a sample that I just shot with the Oppo F3. So here's a selfie shot that I captured with this smartphone. So it captures quite decent selfie shots. As you can see, it is able to capture a wide frame, and you can actually capture group selfies if you have this smartphone. The colors look quite bright and vivid on this selfie that I have captured, and it also comes with the Oppo's Beautify 4.0 mode. So the selfie experience is quite decent, and if Oppo price the smartphone in under 20,000, then it can actually be a good handset for selfie lovers who just love to capture selfies on occasions like house parties and on picnics. Besides, as I mentioned, the smartphone has 4GB of RAM, so multitasking will not be a problem, and there is 64GB of internal storage. Another thing that I would really like to mention, and is one of the highlight of this handset, is that it comes with a triple slot SIM card tray. So you can actually use two 4G SIM cards and one micro SD card slot to further expand the storage by up to 128GB. So that's really a good thing, because you just don't need to compromise on storage and connectivity. You can actually use two SIM cards at the same time, and that too with a micro SD card slot. And besides, you also have 64GB of internal storage. That's more than enough to store pictures, music, and applications as well. And besides, one drawback is that the smartphone runs on Android 6.0 and does not come with the latest Android 7.0 Nougat. And Oppo has also provided its Color OS 3.0, which, as we have tested earlier, it works smooth, it's quite colorful, and offers you a variety of themes as well. Let me also show you what we have in the rear camera of this handset. So here we have the rear camera. As you can see, it is a 13 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture, which is not a very good number, but it still allows you to capture decent pictures to post on social networking sites like Instagram or Facebook. But it's not a very good camera, unlike that we used with the Oppo F3 Plus. That smartphone offered you really amazing camera, and it's not that good comparable to the previous model, but it just serves the task. However, there's nothing extraordinary about the camera performance of Oppo F3, especially the rear camera. The front camera is good, as I mentioned, and it allows you to capture decent selfies with extra wide angle, so you can capture the whole gang in one shot without missing any person. Besides, I have to figure out whether it comes with Oppo's fast charging or not, because that's really a good feature, but I guess Oppo is not providing that on this handset. The smartphone also offers you OTG connection, and here we have all the, as I mentioned, that it runs on Android 6.0, so that's kind of a drawback, because most of the smartphones are now coming with 7.0 Nougat, and Oppo is still hanging with the dated Android 6.0. So we will evaluate its performance in the coming week when I'll review the handset. The fingerprint scanner is really smart, it works efficiently. The screen is somewhat not that vibrant, but it works well. There's ample of storage, and the smartphone also allows you to use two SIM cards and one micro SD card at the same time. So this was pretty much everything about Oppo F3. The smartphone is going to launch today in the Indian market, and we will review it shortly to give you the final verdict whether you should buy this smartphone or not. This is Rohit Arora signing off from GizBot. Do subscribe our GizBot YouTube channel for the latest videos in the world of technology. Have a good day.